me you don't understand trans people without telling me you don't understand trans people, because what? Do you seriously think that someone's like, no, you know what, I don't think I'm good looking enough for the gender I am, so I'm just gonna transition and hope I look better? Do you recognize how unhinged that sounds? Do you? Because I feel like you don't. Because let me tell you one thing, while yes, trans people will probably think they look better afterwards, that doesn't mean they weren't good looking before. What? Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some queer TikTok again because it's been like 2 months, which is definitely long enough for us to be doing this again, if not too long. But you know the deal, before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll continue. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go.
What's that?
I've never blew up on the internet.
Right, that's why you're there and I'm here. How did you end up at this show?
My son just moved here with his roommate.
Okay, your son, with his roommate. Okay, so you don't need to go further. That's all we needed.
Her daughter is bi, gay, whatever, in Fort Collins.
Well, you just keep please stop lobbing these softballs. Oh, my daughter's bi, gay, whatever.
It depends.
Which one does she use?
His girlfriend's at her house right now in South Dakota. Yeah, a boyfriend a year ago.
So she's bisexual, probably, or newly out and lesbian.
No.
Do you happen to know if she watches my TikTok?
Her girlfriend looks just like you.
Her girlfriend looks like me? Yeah, she watches my TikTok. Okay, so she's dating a masculine lesbian.
No.
You said she looks like me? Carson, do you think I'm a girly little cutie girl? What's your daughter's name so that I can reach out to her on TikTok? Lyric. Oh my God. Did you name her Lyric?
We did.
He did. Did you intend to turn your daughter non-binary? How are you the biggest ally and such an idiot at the same time?
I just love everybody.
I love everyone too, Carson.
Well, thanks, Carson. That's very nice. Because honestly, I kind of love this attitude. I don't really get anything. You know, I have no clue how these things work. Like, I don't know if she's a lesbian or if she's bi. I don't really get it. I don't get what's going on, but I love my daughter, and you know, she can chill with her girlfriend at my house. Like, I don't care. Because it's kind of very sweet and wholesome, and I'm very here for it. But you are making it very easy for a comedian like her to just kind of call you out on it. You know, but it's very sweet. We like Carson on this channel, I guess.
Hey, baby girl, I heard you like bad girls. Well, lucky for you, I'm bad for everything. Just give me on that one.
Okay, do you know how well you actually have to aim to be able to hit this shot of, you know, missing and then having the ball come back and hit your head? Do you know how well you have to aim for that? And I kind of want to know how many takes she needed for this. But I feel like a lot of people find a sense of humor attractive, right? So I feel like this might still work as a pickup line. Especially, well, maybe just as a pickup line, no, but if you do it like this, it will probably work. It'd be funny. Like, not gonna lie, if someone would use this on me, it would work. Like, I would at least, like, go on a date with them to kind of figure out if we vibe or not, you know? So it would kind of work. Like, I'm not a lesbian, but it would still work.
I'm a lesbian, but I don't only date women, okay? I'm a dyke, I'm not a cop. And if you're like, who else would she date? I'm confused. Just keep in mind that somebody asked Joe Biden how many genders there were, and even he said at least 3. So kind of get with the
Yeah, just kind of get with the program. Like, again, you don't have to get it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to know what it would feel like to not be a man or a woman. Because I feel like unless you aren't a man or a woman, you're not really gonna understand what that is like exactly. But just kind of accepting and be like, well, that's a thing that exists. Seems easy enough. It does seem easy enough, but oh well. But yeah, honestly, if the label lesbian just feels comfortable and right for you, or maybe if you're just used to it, and you want to keep using it even though you date non-binary people too, then go off, literally. We're not cops around here, you know? So go ahead. And date whoever you want to date, really.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna blow the heterosexuals' minds. Are y'all ready for this one? Here we go. Most gay men are masculine. I know, right? Crazy. But the thing is, right? I hear what you're saying. Oh, but I see so many feminine men. But here's the thing. Lock in with me real quick. Okay? When you go out, you're not asking people their sexuality just on the street, right? You're just seeing a feminine man and you're thinking, oh, he must be gay. Or you're seeing a masculine man and thinking, oh, he must be straight. But if you already believe that gay men must be feminine, then you're never gonna notice the ones that are masculine. That's called confirmation bias, girl.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, people have stereotypes, and sometimes stereotypes are true. But that doesn't mean that every gay man is feminine and loves Drag Race and loves shopping and drinking wine and gossiping. And not every lesbian is super masculine and would rather drink beer and wouldn't be seen dead with a handbag or something, you know, unless she's holding it for a girlfriend. Like, some gay people and some lesbians are obviously going to be like that. Same as you will find the absolute walking stereotype of a German, sometimes, who just really just loves beer and is super grammatically correct, or whatever the stereotype of Germans is, really. You know, you will find those people, but that doesn't mean every person in that group is like that. But if you only really talk to these people, or if you only really accept those people as German or gay or whatever, then yeah, that's confirmation bias, and you're not helping anyone. Like, you're not helping yourself either. Like, what is it like being that stuck that you refuse to learn anything else? You know?
I really love an unprovoked, you'll never be a man! Cause like, shit, dude, man, I hope not. Not with that attitude. That was scary.
Same with, like, sexuality isn't a choice. Because if it was, I'd be a hell of a lot gayer. If gender was a choice, we would probably choose not to be men. Because that shit's scary and weird. So, you know, there's that. And also, really, like, the fact that these people still think they can tell what gender someone is so funny to me, because they really can't. They really can't.
Men always tell me I need to man up and stop wearing pink, so I took their advice. I know, Rubler. So manly. Take this. The moment.
See? He did what he was told. They. I'm sorry, I didn't check that pronouns. I think he goes by him. Not sure. Anyways. Taking someone's advice but putting your own spin on it is incredibly valid. Because most people aren't specific enough in their advice. You know, they're just like, stop doing that. They're just like, okay, I'm gonna stop wearing pink. I'm gonna stop wearing dresses. I'm gonna switch to skirts now, you know? Kind of... You don't need to take people's advice, especially if they want to pull shit like this, like, don't do this. But if you make it funny, I'm very here for you taking their advice and be like, oh, that's okay. I'm not gonna wear pink anymore. I'm gonna wear manly black with my miniskirt over here. I'm very here for it.
Every time a lesbian and a bisexual argue about the validity of either one of those sexualities, instead of just gently kissing each other on the lips, a fairy loses its wings. I hope you're happy now.
I mean, I guess it only works with a bisexual woman. Because a lesbian would not want to kiss a bisexual man. But I guess, like, arguing about the validity of any sexuality is just, it's just stupid. Again, you don't really have to understand something. Because, well, if you're a lesbian, if you just love women, and you just cannot fathom being attracted to men, okay, cool, but that doesn't mean you can't just go around and be like, well, yeah, no, I guess people know who they are. I guess people know that they're attracted to any gender. Or multiple genders. I guess that's cool. And I guess it's cool that this person only likes a certain gender. You know, like, I guess that's cool. I don't get it. I couldn't be like that, but it's fine, right? Like, it's not that difficult to know that people are different and that people's lives are different and that people's attractions are different and that, you know, I don't think it's that difficult to understand. And also, if you keep arguing with each other and keep making all the fairies lose their wings, I'm gonna get mad.
What's your name?
Sage.
Sorry, what?
S-A-G-E.
Oh, Sage.
Yes. I have a list.
You have a lisp and you chose Sage. Bro, why?
I don't know.
You are like a poster child for the right wing right now. Hey, I'm Sage. Yeah, I'm non-binary. Well, no wonder your grandma wants you to be gay. You can't even say bisexual. I want a life of less pain for you.
Had a little meeting was to discuss every name for them to call me.
Wait, who's they? Your grandma? Oh, your mom. Your whole family. What are they calling you?
My dead name at the moment.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
What about, this doesn't really help, but what about S or S? Just so you know, Sage, I actually used to have a lisp, so I'm allowed to do this to you. Honestly, I think that's kind of cute that your family wants to be involved in a way. I know it's yours, it's your name, but I didn't get to pick Ashley, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have. I don't know what I would have gone with, but Ashley doesn't feel totally... Well, thank you for being a good sport, because I wasn't totally nice. But I think they obviously should call you by the name that you're... Well, do you want me to talk to him? A new YouTube series where I just show up at people's doors. Let me talk to him!
I'll put my phone at you and just record a video.
I'm not non-binary. I'm not qualified. I'm a comedian, dude. Bro, I'll fuck your mom, but that's like all... That's all I can do. And I'll do a good job.
Well, the point is you're trying to be helpful, right? And if doing their mom is what you know how to do, then it's nice of you to offer that, I guess. But listen, yeah, that's kind of the thing about names. Like, you don't really call yourself your own name that much. Like, when you introduce yourself to someone, yeah. So, picking a name that you can say easily might be a good idea if you have, like, a lisp or something, but if you vibe with a name and you think it's a great name for you, then yeah, ignore the list. Most of the time it's other people saying your name to you, so as long as they can pronounce it, I guess that's okay. It's just kind of funny if you try to correct someone on how to pronounce your name, but you can't even say it properly yourself. I feel like that would kind of be a funny situation. But yeah, honestly, comedians calling out families for using a dead name would still kind of be fair. Like, again, you're a lesbian, you're not non-binary, you maybe don't really understand what it's like to be non-binary, you don't really know what it feels like to be dead name, because even if you don't totally vibe with your name, it's still kind of, it's different if it's a dead name, you know, but I feel like you can still call them out and tell them to stop being dickheads and just use the name their child or grandchild picked, you know?
Going to a family picnic, but a few of my homophobic relatives said I shouldn't wear dresses and skirts out of respect. So I took their advice. I now wear shorts. Oh, can I just get my blanket? Let me just... Yes!
Again, spiteful compliance, I guess. And just making a joke out of it. Because why not? And honestly, are these people just angry because they don't know how to dress and you do? Because I feel like they might be. This is just funny. Because, yes, misgendering anyone, even if they don't look like this, or if they don't want to look like this, or if they never will look like this, because even with testosterone they might not end up looking like this, obviously, is a dickhead move, but just the length people will go to, and the trans ones will be like, no, but you'll always be a woman, and it's a full-ass man who looks more masculine than they do, and it's just... It does hit a little bit differently, like it just gets so much funnier the more masculine these people are. You know, it just gets funnier.
Men cannot comprehend the existence of gay women. This weekend I went to a queer women's event, okay, and we're in line outside of the event, and a group of 3 or 4 men walked by, and they look at this line of women. We're all heading into this queer women's event, and they look at us and they go, oh man, what's this event? What's this event? And my friend answers these guys. She goes, oh, it's a gay event. And the men look so confused. It's like their brains are broken, their gears are turning. Eventually one of them goes, but there's so many women here.
Do we need to spell it out for you? Do we need to say it's an event for queer women? Do we need to say it? Apparently we do, because otherwise they're just gonna be like, but gay? You're not gay, man. Because fair, they're not. They're gay women. Probably, a lot of them, you know. But why is that not... It's the same with like, as soon as people come for trans people, they only remember that trans women exist and suddenly trans men don't exist anymore. But there are probably a lot more lesbians and bisexual women and queer women than trans people. I mean, a lot of queer women are probably also going to be kind of trans maybe, but you know what I'm getting at? These people confuse me. Like, how do you just forget entire groups of people exist?
How do I know that I'm a woman deep down? Probably because my girlfriend's a lesbian. I'm a trans woman, but before I came out of the closet, my lesbian friend had a crush on me. Me when I was a man. They had a crush on twink me, and they were super confused about it, and then I was like, ugh, I need to tell you something, girl. And then I came out as a woman to her, and she was like, that's why. Oh my god, I pre-ordered you. And like, if you want any more evidence, I mean, I look really pretty in this skirt and this whole outfit. Look at it spin. But like, you know, if my partner accepts me for being a woman, then like, what issue do we have here? What do I need to prove to society, to my peers, to anybody that I'm a woman? If the people who are closest to me already fully believe that I'm a woman, shouldn't you just go along with it because that's the polite thing to do? Like, I believe I'm a woman, and I act like it, and I look like one. And so I feel like the respectful, kind thing to do is to just trust me. Because I know myself a lot better than you know me. Trust me, I spent a lot of time with myself.
That's the kind of thing. Like, once again, you don't have to understand it. You don't have to even really fully believe it. Like, I don't really care if you believe trans people are. Like, yeah, the normal thing to do would just believe people because obviously they know themselves better. But even if you don't believe them, or if you don't get it, that doesn't mean you can't be a nice person and just be a kind person and just be respectful to people, you know? And also, it's still just funny to me when people pre-order and just get so confused because they're like, why am I attracted to you? Like, I'm attracted to women. Why am I attracted to you? And it's like, oh, because you are a woman. Actually, that tracks. That makes a lot of sense. And it's just, I love it when that happens. I feel like we can up the passive aggressiveness. Like, if you have like a sleeveless shirt that's this widely cut out with just giant he, him, or I'm a man or whatever lettering on it, and then everyone else is just gonna look at this woman like she's absolutely insane if she keeps calling you like a girl, or if she keeps like she-herring you, and other people are just gonna look like at her like she's insane because that's just, it's either just delusional or rude, you know, but either way, up the passive aggressiveness. But I feel like you're kind of there, but I feel like we can still like increase it. Because there can never be enough passive aggressiveness towards these people.
Not to sound like really stupid, but is the Boston Marathon longer than the LA Marathon?
No, all marathons are the same length. That's like common sense, I fear.
Again, it kind of depends on what kind of place you're coming from with these questions. And we can tell, like, if you're just asking because it's basically the first time you've ever talked to a trans person or learned anything about trans people, and you ask respectfully and you ask if it's, like, okay that you even ask. Okay. Like, if you don't know anything about binding, yeah, you might wonder, but again, at the same time, it also just kind of makes sense that something that compresses your ribs like this kind of should not be worn constantly or worn while you're doing any kind of exercise, really. I guess that makes sense, but I mean, if you never had to think about it, I can understand not getting it at first. But yeah, please don't break your ribs and injure yourself, please.
Am I queer? Yes. Am I non-binary? Yes. Do I understand neo-pronouns? No. Did I used to judge them? Yeah. Did I realize that that's the same thing that conservatives are doing with they, them pronouns? Yeah. They also think that my identity isn't valid because I use words that aren't normal. Did we forget as a society, as a collective people, that all language is made up? We made this shit up. We can change it at any time. It changes with us. It changes with our culture, with our ideas, with our morals, with our pop culture. If you are a trans person, a queer person, a leftist, anything, and you're judging neo-pronouns, that is not the hill you want to die on. It is so similar, if not the exact same thing, as what conservatives are doing to me with they, them. Just because it makes you uncomfortable, you don't get it, you don't think it's real, etc., doesn't mean that a person shouldn't be able to use it. It is language. It is changeable. Does it affect you? Did it burn your crops? Did it push little Timmy down the well? I don't think it did. I think you're just looking for a reason to punch down because you're so used to being punched. If you as a queer person want love, support, etc. to flow through this community, you cannot be the blockage. We can't cherry pick.
I have nothing to add to this, just this. Like, do I get neo-pronouns? No. Because I'm really socially awkward, and just the idea of constantly having to, like, correct people, because even with they, them, they're gonna mess up, right? But if you use neo-pronouns, I feel like they're just gonna mess up more, and I'm honestly too tired and too exhausted from dealing with people in general to deal with that on top of it. So do I get it? Absolutely not. But listen, that doesn't mean I can't accept that for some people, neo-pronouns just feel like the most correct and the most comfortable because, again, people's experiences are different, and it's really not that difficult to accept.
First one to move drives us to dinner. First one to move drives us to dinner. Karen, why are you moving?
Because I'm gonna drive us to dinner?
No, do you not understand how to play the game? You don't want me to drive?
When was the last time you drove?
I can still drive us.
Jen, you're a passenger princess. I'm gonna be the one driving us. Let's go.
Yeah, listen, sometimes you just know your partner. Like, some of these get so competitive and it's so funny. But sometimes you just know your partner best and it's like, what are you talking about? I know you can drive, but I always drive us. What do you mean the first one to move? Like, it doesn't matter. I know you could safely drive us, but I know we both prefer if I drive, so why wouldn't I? Like, listen, sometimes you just know. Sometimes you just know.
It's crazy to me how some of y'all will be allies when like a gay cis man wears makeup, but the second a trans man does, it's off the table. Y'all will hype up these influencers and like, yeah, they look great, but the second a trans man does the same thing, you're like, how do you really want to be a man if you're wearing eyeliner? Like, the switch up is crazy. Just like that cis guy can put on eyeliner and enjoy artistry and a little bit of femininity, so can fucking everyone. Clothes and makeup do not determine gender.
Exactly. Like, can we please all just be chill and learn that gender expression does not equal gender? Like, yeah, a lot of people who identify as women find a certain extent of femininity comfortable and like engaging in it. That doesn't mean that if you're any other gender, you can't also enjoy femininity. Same with masculinity. Again, I feel like it's not that difficult to understand. Like, honestly, if something interests you, then do that. If you wanna try a certain style or a certain type of clothes, like skirts or whatever, or you wanna experiment with makeup, or you really just don't want to do that anymore, you would rather just like dress super masculine and comfortable or convenient, go ahead. Really, why are we all so stuck up on it and just try to police other people all the time? I was like, no, but you're a man, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, what do you care? Wouldn't it be more masculine to just be comfortable with yourself and just confident in what you think? Wouldn't that be considered masculine? But no, that only counts if you're doing it the normal way. Bro, y'all need to get a life and just start caring about your own life and start figuring out what's right for you, because there's no way you're actually just comfortable and confident in yourself and then going around policing everyone else. Because if you're just chill with yourself, then you don't feel the need to do that, you know?
Oh, if I caught you going to the women's restroom, I would close the cops on you. Look at me. If I go into the men's bathroom, they're gonna kick me out. And that's happened before. I went to Dave & Buster's and I drank a lot one time. And then the men there literally dragged me out of the men's bathroom. I literally can't go back in there. They'll just kick me out again.
I feel like in Germany, especially in like bars or something, it is not that uncommon for women to go into the men's bathroom because the women's just have crazy lines and, well, listen, they just need to pee. So in bars or something, it's not actually that uncommon. Everywhere else, yes, you will probably also just be dragged out or just be told to get out, you know? Like, I don't know if they would physically like drag you out, which apparently they did. But they would definitely tell you to get that out. So, again, why don't we just be chill and accept that people know their own gender, and especially, how are you gonna be this silly and this obsessed with policing other people? Seriously. Like, I feel like women can tell if someone's going into the bathroom to be creepy. Like, women are very aware that creepy, abusive people exist, right? And I feel like you can tell if a trans woman just needs to pee and is just like going in there to do her business and then wash her hands and leave. Like, I feel like you can tell the difference between that and someone just literally coming in there to be creepy and spy on you, you know? Like, I feel like you can tell. And those people, yes, absolutely, call the cops on them, kick them out, do whatever you want.
Whenever I hear that somebody wants to be referred to as they, them, all I can think about is how in the Bible, demons are referred to as they, them.
So are angels. angels are also referred to as they, them in the Bible.
This is so classic. Like, why? Like, if you're a religious person, like, I'm not coming for religion in and of itself or religious people. But if you're someone who literally just uses your religion to try to control other people or, you know, try to judge other people, then what the hell are you doing? I mean, A, that's not a very Christian thing of you to do, and I feel like a lot of other religions don't particularly encourage hating other people, you know? I feel like that's not a really religious thing to do in general. So why are you trying to use your religion for that? You know, and also, why are you trying to make queer people seem cooler? Like, we don't need your help to be cool, you know? We really don't, but I feel like if someone pulls the but demons are referred to as they, them, I would not feel that bad about it. You know? Anyways. Okay, that was all the TikToks I have for today. These people just crack me up sometimes. Like, I prefer laughing when queer people make a joke, because queer people be funny like that, you know? But I feel like kind of lightly poking fun at, like, homophobes or transphobes is entirely welcome as well on this channel. You know? So anyways, that was all the TikToks. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you hydrated. If not, maybe go drink something now. And I'll be back in a few days with my next video.